This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
17 truck of David Ruderman.
And we see someone else coming
up and sideways just in front of Travis Kvapil, and now that's Deborah Renfro in the 29.
That truck is blowing up, and you see the smoke. I don't see a fire yet, but she's obviously going to have a hard time breathing right there.
Caution flag is out for the second time.
Renshaw takes the 29. It looks as though they're going to bring that behind the wall. Look again, 3 wide. Robert Huffman makes the pass on Kvapil and then loses it.
He got loose on the inside, as we so frequently see. He was on the inside of another truck that robs the rear spoiler of downforce. He got a little bit loose. Here we see it again. You watch, he drives to the inside of David Ruderman. He starts getting loose, starts chasing the truck, and turns the wheel hard to the right, saves that truck, goes down on the apron, and really did a terrific job saving that truck, because that could have been sitter all the way from the back of the pack to the lead.
And look who's following right through that hold. Matt Crafton. Oh, we have an accident in turn number 2.
Crafton gets into the wall in turn number 2.
Flatten the right side of that truck. See some damage on the left front as well.
Damage on the left front. It makes you think that maybe there was some contact that caused him to go up the racetrack and get into the outside wall. What a tough break for Matt Crafton.
You know, that's a shame after hearing that he's going to lose that ride for next year, and his truck was really strong. We saw him fighting up there in second place.
See if we can take a look at what happened to Matt Crafton. You see all the damage on the left side. You see a tire mark right behind that tire, in addition to the damage in front of that wheel. See if we can take a look at what happened to Matt there. There he is side by side with the 15. Shane got loose on the bottom of the racetrack, just like we saw earlier with Robert Huffman. The truck on the inside gets loose. Shane had to chase it up the hill. Matt was there. Here we're going to see it again. Watch Shane get loose. He's going to chase it up the hill there to try to save that truck. He hits Matt in the left front corner, puts him in the outside wall. What a tough break for Matt Crafton.
Here we are on board with David Starr to see what his view was of this accident. You see aerodynamically, Shane got loose. Slid up into Matt. It opens the door for the 75 truck to go in
on the outside. That's 2 Toyotas that have moved back.
Oh, a little contact right there.
A little more contact. Looked like Hank got in the back of the 17 of David Ruderman.
Oh, here goes Chad Blunt in the number 2, the Team ASC CarQuest number 2 across the infield, and he makes his way out in front of the track. Allen contact. That's the 03 of Denny Hamlin. Bumped into the 2 of Chad Blunt. Blunt trying to keep the truck going.
I think this was probably a result of the contact that Hank Parker Jr. made with David Ruderman. It sees the entire field up. It's a chain reaction situation.
This chain reaction.
See Hank Jr., the 21 truck, middle of your screen. He makes some contact right there with David Ruderman, gets him sideways. Now that seizes up Hank. The 2 truck just got a little bit loose. He might have clipped the grass with his left side tires, and that got him a little bit loose. He was side by side with his teammate Ted Musgrave. Slid back to the outside of the racetrack and got a little bit of a great deal of experience. Former Nextel Cup winner, Busch Series champion, a lot of experience. Does a great job in this Toyota truck.
Carl Edwards will probably thank him later for that.
Carl Edwards. Big hit. That was Bill Lester, I believe, in the 22. Bill Lester hits hard. Travis Kvapil goes down pit road. David Ruderman and Chad Chaffin also involved. Bill Lester's truck comes to a stop just in front of the grandstands.
David Ruderman made contact with the inside wall. There was nobody standing on pit road. I looked up, saw it. David Ruderman hit the inside pit wall. There was nobody standing there, as I don't think we'll have no injuries from the pit crewman.
Bill left this red flag.
Look at the 22 truck right there. Gets loose on the inside, Phil. Slides sideways and makes contact with Ruderman, sending him nowhere but to the outside wall.
Yeah, Chad, as Rick mentioned, the safety paraphernalia, the head and neck restraints these drivers have. There's another view of it. Watch, he pulls up on the inside, gets loose on the bottom of the racetrack. We've seen it happen so many times. He takes the front end of David Ruderman's truck. They both make hard contact with the safer walls. That's what's critical is that all these racetracks now are installing safer barriers. That's where they hit. That would help. All the head and neck restraint systems help. The headrests in the trucks help. I tell you, I would have hated to see what would have happened. Bobby Hamilton. There's Dennis Setzer. He looks at Bobby Hamilton. Mike's going to move over to the left side. You see Dennis Setzer again passed on both sides.
Ted Musgrave on the high side, Rick Crawford on the low side, and now Ted Musgrave. And a 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. Dennis Setzer's on the outside of that.
Mike Skinner will make his way on pit road. He must have had a flat. Oh, trouble!
And banging. Tracy Hines gets sideways. Problems again on the front stretch. He's able to control it, and they stay out of the wall. Tracy Hines brings it to a stop on the inside of the track. The caution flag has come out once again.
What a horrible break for Mike Skinner. He just now is making his way onto pit road. Ray, what's going on? See him 3 wide there. Big wad of trucks right there. You see Tracy come in late. Looks like the 8 truck of Chase Montgomery pulled right up in front of him. You see Mike Skinner. Now everyone's trying to avoid Mike Skinner. Everyone's moving up the hill to avoid Mike Skinner. Then there was a little bit of a chain reaction. Somebody pulls up on the inside. Looks like maybe Shane Meal pulls up on the inside of the 80 of Tracy Hines. Shane goes through the grass, bounces into Tracy Hines. That's what gets him sideways. That's what causes his problem.
Chase Montgomery involved in that.
Did a great job keeping that truck out of harm's way. He's ended up spinning out, but he's on the bottom of the racetrack. All the other trucks up on the racetrack going by here without any problems. Edge of the hood and then bounced off the windshield.
Unbelievable race today in Texas. We've seen a lot of trucks do that. And Chad Blunt gets sideways and gets into the inside wall, and a lot of damage to that Team ASE CarQuest Dodge.
It almost seems like every time we've seen 2 trucks go side by side, the truck on the inside loses air off that spoiler and gets turned around. We see a lot of the veterans not put themselves in that situation where they're going to lose the back end of the truck. They wait for a different part of the racetrack to try to make their pass. Unfortunately for Chad Blunt, he got loose on the inside, made contact, and they made hard contact with the inside wall.
Number 2 Dodge. We're looking at the side-by-side racing here of Mike Skinner and Travis Quappel, and right behind them, that's Chad Blunt getting sideways and making contact with the inside wall.
Denny Hamlin was the 03 truck on the outside. Here's another view of it. Look at the back of yours to the right of your screen. You see Chad Blunt. He gets loose. Same situation. Has to chase the truck up the hill. He makes contact with Denny Hamlin. Then it just sends him towards the inside wall. Nothing he could do about it at this point but make hard contact with the inside wall.
But I'm not sure if they will, because old chassis number 49 is underneath Todd Bodine today. They've run this exact same truck in every race this year for this team. Not every race, but all the ones they've run. Number 49 has been the workhorse, and Mike Hillman told me, he said, I'm going to have an awful hard time convincing Todd Bodine to drive anything else but this old girl.
How about Bobby Hamilton moving up on Johnny Benson? Bobby was able to get by David Starr. Now he's actually caught the 2 leaders here. The 2 leaders, the 2 Toyotas of Todd Bodine and Johnny Benson. We've got 3 laps to go. There's a battle for 4th. David Starr, Jack Sprague, a battle of 2 Chevrolets.
David Starr's best finish, a 3rd 3 times, most recently in 02. Currently in 4th position and falling back from the 4 of Bobby Hamilton.
Jack ran a higher line that time, trying to see if maybe he could make some ground up on David Starr. 2 laps to go.
Under 3 miles of racing for the Silverado 350k. 146 laps, 219 miles, 350 kilometers, and Todd Bodine has been out in front 69 laps already. When he comes by the start-finish line, this will be his 70th lap led. He will lead the most laps in Texas. He will get 10 bonus points for not only leading a lap, but leading the most laps. But all of that means nothing. What means the most is if he is the first one to take the checkered flag, as he's put almost a second between himself and Johnny Benson as he works his way through 3 and 4. Todd Bodine is looking to make it 2 in a row in the Toyota number 30. Bodine wins at Texas.
Another great performance by the Germain Arnold Motorsports team. Terrific job for Todd Bodine, Mike Hillman, all those guys. What a great run. That makes 4 top 5s out of 5 events, 2 wins. Incredible job for this Toyota team.
Johnny Benson holds on for second. Bobby Hamilton with a great race today, finishing in third. David Starr with a strong performance, finishes fourth. Jack Sprague, another top 5 for that Silverado. And Ray is with our winning crew chief, right?
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a special presentation of ABC Sports, spanning the globe to bring you the biggest events in the wide world of sports.